Okay, it's week 2 of the new Premier League season, and this is the Saturday show, and we've got 4 matches for you to go through. I will be trying to make it as short as possible because I do go on a bit. Let's get started anyway. The early kick-off on Saturday was at Goodison Park. Everton at home to West Brom. Contrasting fortunes on the first week. Everton off to a good start with that win at Spurs. West Brom got humbled by Leicester 3-0. The team news, Alan, I didn't see him last week. He's a new signing for Everton. He was in the side. Sigurdsson and Iwobi were on the bench. For West Brom, Robinson, I saw him. He was in Sheffield United's squad last year, and of course Hamis. I've got the pronunciation right this time. I think Hamis. He's the new star at Goodison, and he was involved straight from the off. Got a cross in, and Lewin, his header just wide. Then 9 minutes. West Brom first real opportunity in the Everton half. Diagana got the ball just inside Everton's half. He kept on running, the defence kept on backing off, and eventually he got to the edge of the box and hit a sweet shot with his left foot, which caught Pickford out. It was in the corner of the net, and West Brom got off to a great start. They were 1-up. After that, Everton certainly in the ascendancy. Dania on 14 minutes got to the byline, but again Lewin's shot was blocked. It went for a corner, and then and another issue for the defence for Everton. Pickford had already messed up a clearance, and he did, however, manage to get a snapshot from Robertson pushed away. 21 minutes, another chance for West Brom, a snapshot from Livermore struck the post. But then 30 minutes, Everton levelled the proceedings. A cross came in from the right. Richarlison managed to cause some havoc in the defence. The ball eventually hit the defender who was challenging Richarlison, and it went backwards. And Lewin was standing there, and he backheeled it, and it went in the net. The flag went up, but VAR was on hand, and they confirmed that because the ball had gone backwards by a defender, the goal stood, and so we were level at 1-1. A few minutes later, minute 44, James received the ball on the penalty, on the edge of the penalty area, and his sweet left foot shot was too good for Johnson, slid in the corner, and so Everton had turned it round. They were 2-1 up. Then an absolutely crazy incident happened in just before they went in for the half-time break. James was involved with the left back for West Brom, Gibbs, and James sort of nudged him after the ball had been gone away from them. And Gibbs reacted really in a hostile way and pushed Hammy straight in the face. And of course, he fell over like a pack of cards. And the referee had no alternative and issued a red card. So they went into the break 2-1 down, but also significantly down to 10 men. That's West Brom, of course. Second half then. But they came fighting out of the blocks. 49 minutes, a Pereira shot from a free kick just outside the box, hit the top corner and left Pickford wanting. It was a smashing strike, but their enthusiasm didn't last for long. 53 minutes, King got on the end of a quick shot from Richarlison that the keeper couldn't hold on to, and he flicked it home from 2 yards. That followed a free kick on the left from Dana. So back in front, 3-2, 62 minutes, a crossfield pass, sweet one it was, from Yamiz, split the defence, and it found Richarlison. He got to the byline, clipped it across the 6-yard box, and Lewin was on hand to push it over the line from 2 yards. And so now they really were in the ascendancy. They were 4-2 up. 67 minutes, Dana clipped the bar from a free kick, and from the subsequent corner, Lewin got his hat-trick. A scruffy sort of header, but I guess he's not worried. It was his first hat-trick in his career, and pretty poor marking. Bilic wouldn't have been happy about that, and he wasn't very happy either. I think it was at full time when he came onto the pitch and had a real go at Mike Dean about the red card, and for his troubles, Dean pulled out another red and sent Bilic off. So a pretty miserable day in the end. So Everton 2 out of 2. Of course, Ancelotti absolutely delighted, although that defence still looks a bit ragged to me. Good start from West Brom, but they fell away badly, and after that a red card by Gibbs, they really were found wanting. So final score then at Goodison Park, a very happy Everton 5, West Brom 2. So moving on to Ellen Road then, Leeds at home to Fulham. Leeds just the wrong side of a 7-goal thriller last weekend at Anfield. Well, they had another 7-goal thriller at Ellen Road today, and it was quite a match. But I'm just going to do the brief highlights. 5 minutes, Costa blasted in from a corner, and then 34 minutes, Koch managed to bring down Brian, the Fulham defender, and Mitrovic stepped up from the penalty spot to level things. They weren't level for long. 41 minutes, Bamford was pushed in the box. The second penalty, this time Klich, the Polish international, put Leeds back in front 2-1. Second half, Klich again, a precision pass this time to Bamford, who steered the ball wide of the keeper, and that was 3-1. And it got worse for Fulham on 57. Costa, a great finish after Bamford this time got to the byline. So that was 4-1 to Leeds. Looked like it was out of sight. And then Reed managed to get one back. A cool finish, putting the ball in the corner. And then 67 minutes, Mitrovic headed in his second, and it was back to 4-3. And to be honest, they had a couple of half chances for Fulham, but Leeds held on, and that was sweet music for Bielsa. Leeds getting their first points since they got back into the Premier League. They took this game by 4-3. Right, the opener now for Man U. Didn't play last week. They were at home to Crystal Palace, who got off to a good start with a win. Team news, Fosu-Mensah was in for Wan-Bissaka at right back. Shaw came back at left back. James was in for Greenwood on the wing. And McTominay started in midfield for Matic. No Maguire, of course. He's still sort of serving that little sanction for that episode in Greece. The new signing Van der Beek was on the bench, and for Palace, Townsend and Sloop on the flanks. Early chances for Palace as well. They were well on top. 5 minutes, a terrible clearance by De Gea, but fortunately they got away with it. And then 7 minutes, Sloop accelerated down the left, got his cross in from the byline, and it managed to find Townsend lurking near the back post, and his shot went across De Gea and hit the corner, and Palace had 1 up. And they were good value for it as well. The little bit of counter from United, Fernandes came into the action, but his effort was blocked. But nothing much else happened until we got to minute 46, and Sahar going down that left flank. He managed to feed Ayew, but this time De Gea matched the effort, and so that was it at the break. 1-0 to Palace. Second half, we saw some half chances from Townsend. Greenwood came on as a sub, and he had a shot blocked, and Ayew also. But it was Ayew who was put through, and his shot sort of hit Lindelof's hand. It looked really innocuous, and it was easily saved by De Gea. But then VAR had a look at it and instructed the referee to award a penalty for handball. It looked very, very harsh. And then Ayew stepped up and De Gea saved it. It was a great save, but he was adjudged to have left his line, so it had to be retaken. This time they swapped the penalty taker to Zaha, and he made no mistake, and that was 2-0 to Palace. Then we had Van de Beek come on around about the 80th minute. He scored after a ricochet off a defender, but it meant little because 85 minutes Zaha got Palace's third. Again, he looked too sharp for Lindelof, and really United looked pretty poor. Solskjaer was disappointed and said that they needed more time to get ready for the off. I don't understand it. These people are getting paid an awful lot of money and they don't seem to be fit. Hodgson, of course, 2 wins out of 2, absolutely delighted. Final score then at Old Trafford: Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 3. So the final match on Saturday, London derby. West Ham went to the Emirates. Arsenal, of course, buoyant after their good pre-season form, and of course winning last week comfortably. And they also were jubilant because Aubameyang signed a new contract. And he's going to stay there for another 3 years, God forbid. Sake was back in, as was Kalinic. He came in as a late one for Tierney, who was injured in the warm-up. And still no Ozil. I don't know what's happened to him. West Ham, Moyes sticking with his formation. Bowen keeping Haller and Anderson on the bench, and Yarmolenko. Up front, of course, Antonio. And there was a fourth change, Noble slight not Namiacho in for him in midfield. Brief highlights here: 25 minutes, Saka set Aubameyang up on the left, and he, as he always does, managed to go deep into the penalty area, and his cross was pinpoint, and Lacazette headed it in 1-0. Then we had a little bit of a counter from West Ham, and eventually they got back into the game in injury time, or stoppage time as it's called now, when Antonio pounced on a cross from Fredericks to take us to the break 1-1. Second half, it was pretty level. West Ham much better than that defeat at home to Newcastle, but they were undone on 86 minutes. Arteta had run some changes. Nketiah was on, and he brought on the other Brazilian, name escapes me now, but Ceballos set up Nketiah. He couldn't really miss inside the 6-yard box. He stroked it home, and so Arsenal 2-1, and that was good enough. They took the points, and so they are now 2 out of 2. So early table, always exciting, isn't it? After 2 games, we've got Crystal Palace, Arsenal and Everton, all with 2 wins each. I wonder how long they're going to stay up there. Anyway, that's the end of this video, this Saturday roundup. I will be, once again, doing a roundup probably on Monday. Another 4 games tomorrow. Okay, that's your lot.